Hey everybody, thanks for pausing for a moment of science today, and we are going to talk about air pressure. Air pressure is necessary. We know that if we travel to the mountains that we get that popping sound or feeling in our ears, and that's because our ears are actually saving us. So that we don't fall victim to lack of or too much air pressure. Of course, the most air pressure that can be found is on at sea level. So if you want more air pressing on you, if you want more air pressure, then you need to be lower so that you have more air above you to press down. So if you go to the mountains and you go up the mountain, the higher you are in elevation, the less air or the less atmosphere you have above you pressing down on you. So the higher you get, the less air pressure you have, and the lower you get, the more air pressure you have. Now, air pressure can change in three different ways. It can change from the amount of moisture that's in the air. It can change based on, like I just said, altitude, how high your elevation, how high or low you are located. And third, it can change based on temperature. Now, temperature changing air pressure is an amazing thing. It's called wind, all right? When you have a change of temperature, then you have a change of pressure, and when that pressure changes, it actually creates a pulling effect, and that's called wind. I know that we say that wind blows, and that would imply a push, but it's false. Wind actually pulls across the earth. It has a effect. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to show you a really simple, fun experiment that will help you wrap your brain around how you can change temperature and it will change pressure. And when that pressure changes, it creates wind, okay? So what I have, I have a glass bottle that has a very wide mouth. I have matches, and I have boiled eggs that have already had the shell removed on them, but not opened. Sorry. What I'm going to do is I want to change the temperature of the air inside this bottle, all right? This bottle may look empty to you, but it is 100% full. It's full of air. And if I heat the air inside this bottle, it's going to begin to expand and then rise, and some of that warm air will actually come out of the bottle because there's not room for it all once it's heated and expanded. Now, if some of that warm air comes out and then I cool the air that's left over, then it's going to take up less space and it's going to need to suck the air back in so that it keeps the bottle full, because remember, gas fills all empty spaces. Now, if I put a hard lid on this to show you how it will create that pulling effect or change that pressure, it will be hard to see. So I have discovered that if you use a boiled egg, number one, it's easy to see, and two, because it's soft, it gives a really good effect. So let me just walk you through it before I chat myself to death. The air inside the bottle is just room temperature. So my goal is to use the matches and the egg as kind of like a lid to first use the matches to heat the air inside, put the egg on as a lid. Now, as soon as the matches go in and I put the egg on, that cuts off the oxygen to the bottle. And the matches cannot stay lit if it doesn't have a constant source of oxygen. So the matches, the fire is going to go out. And as soon as fire goes out, well, we know that it's going to begin to cool off. So that took us from hot because of lit matches, and then it's going to transform into cool because the the fire goes out, the matches go out. So that will give us that change of temperature. We'll go from hot to cool, and we know that hot will make the air come out, but it's gonna be plugged up, so air's gonna come out, and then when it cools, it's gonna wanna create wind, and you'll see what happens. All right. So I'm gonna take some matches. Put it in the, are you kidding me? Try it again. All right, put that in the egg. Try to light that one again. 2 matches work really well. It actually works better with candles because you don't have to go through what I'm going through. But I don't have any candles. I loaned them out and I didn't get them back. All right, so I have fire. So I'm gonna heat it, plug it up. Ooh, did you hear that air escaping? Oh, did you see it? Up into the bottom. Now, here's a really cool trick, all right? It's kind of like a bathtub, all right? Think about it if you fill a tub full of water and then you get in the tub, right? It's either going to, depending on how much you put in there, if you fill the tub completely full and then you get in, it's gonna overflow because you can't be any more full than full. So in here, this is full of air and egg and matches. So if I add more pressure to it, something's got to go, all right? And watch what happens. Oh, yeah, baby. Science is excellent, but I'm an expert.